Hey guys, and welcome to Unit 5, Part 4. In this unit, we're going to be talking about how we organize our memories, how we have different ways of storing memories, how those types are either explicit or implicit, and different types, and what parts of the brain work with our memories. So first we have explicit memory, and that's just our who, what, where, when, why information. It's easily communicated with one another, but it's also our memories that we have to work hard to get there. So memorizing the quadratic formula, or memorizing all of the parts of the unit circle. You have to really work hard to get that information there. Some of the subtypes of explicit memory are episodic memory, and those are just like memories that you could play back like an episode. You remember where you were, when you were there, what you were there for. So if it's something really important, like if you got your Eagle Scout badge, or the moment where you found out you were going to be president. Versus semantic memory, and this is just knowledge about other things. So this is like school, general trivia, everyday knowledge, and a pretty cool fact out of the circumstances that if you have amnesia, it only affects one of those two things. So either the episodic memory or the semantic memory. These are both characteristics of these two types. So either there's time and place, or fun ideas, concepts, or facts. Then we have our implicit memory, and stored with that. It's memories that are just kind of there. So like singing a song. You guys tend to pick up words to songs very easily. Procedural memory is our memory for skill, learning to type, learning to drive, learning to dance, how to tie a shoe. It's really difficult in the beginning, and you have to learn a lot. But then as you practice and do it more, it's very muscle memory. It becomes very easy. When you're first starting to learn how to drive, going 40 miles an hour, you have to kind of look at the speedometer and kind of figure out where it is. But once you've been driving for a couple months or a couple years, you could cover up the speedometer and still kind of know where 40 miles an hour is. Helps with classical conditioning. You're working to learn something new. And priming. People already have this storage compartment in our brain there, and we prime our brains to kind of get this information faster. Schemas. Schemas are pre-existing mental concepts, and it kind of helps us interpret different pieces of information. So if you're trying to explain what a schema is with a cat, you're like, okay, it's typically furry, it has whiskers and a tail. And a script is kind of just like a written format of what's going on. It talks about physical features, when things are going to happen, that kind of stuff. Connectionism is one of the ideas where, or a theory that memory is stored throughout the brain, and it's connected with tons of neurons, and all these neurons work together to process a single memory, which is pretty cool. Memory, we're going to talk about location a little bit, but we have different neurotransmitters that are involved, different places that are being used depending on whether it's short-term or long-term memory. But the more connections you make, the better chance it's going to go into long-term memory. So we're going to talk about that in a second. One of the cool things with memory is that we have smell and memory linked. Sometimes you might go over a friend's house and maybe their family's making a new dish, or even just the smell of their house, and you're like, wow, that smells like my grandma's house. You're sparking that memory. And that's called the Proust effect, which is pretty cool. I know there's a song recently, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but they talk about they wish they could bottle up the smell in a candle because it brings back those memories. And that's all connected back to your limbic system where emotion and memory is stored. With explicit memory, so your formulas, your instructions, that's stored more in the hippocampus, the frontal lobes, and the amygdala, where your implicit memory, which is just your natural song lyrics, everyday things, that's in your cerebellum, your temporal lobes, and your hippocampus. So both of these do deal with some of the similar locations, but then other areas of your brain as well. Here's just a little graphic where parts of the brain store different parts of your memories. With memory retrieval, which is the process of getting those memories into storage, one of the ways that you tend to remember things is with the serial position effect. And if you think of cereal, most of the time you guys think of breakfast food. So we're going to think about going to the grocery store. With serial position effect, you make a grocery list. With serial position effect, you tend to only remember the first couple and the last couple things on a list, or what's told to you, or what you heard. Think of that. You only remember the first couple and the last couple things on the grocery list you forgot at home. There's other cases of retrieval. Autobiographical memories are episodic memories consisting of a person's life experiences, which can be very vivid if, they went to war, fought for the country, that kind of stuff. We also have emotional memories, which are called flashbulb memories, and it's where they play significant impact on that person, and it's very, very vivid. We have repressed memories, which is also a defense mechanism where if a person was traumatized enough that they tend to forget, and then actually forget that they forgot about a memory. And I can tell you for sure, before 3rd grade, I don't remember a lot of my childhood, except a couple very vivid things, because I've blocked all of that out. Again, serial position effect, recall things at the beginning and end of the list. If you remember more things at the beginning, it's the primacy, prime, primavera, spring, it's the first, and then recency, the things that are most recently said to you. Yeah, that's all for today. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy.